Yeah.
Donald, you just mentioned rules and something that is part of Christine's plan that she hasn't touched on yet. She was kind of hinting to it, but it's her financial philosophies, principles that she lives
Great.
by. So, not that
Yeah.
you have to share them with our listeners, but do you remember when we did that activity
Mhm.
and some of the non negotiables that are now a framework of what this plan is and how it keeps you in the guardrails of staying on track with your plan?
Yeah, very specifically, I remember that, I will never use money as a weapon because with my past relationships, money was used as, emotional blackmail, even besides, and I will never do that. If I have a family member, God forbid, I mean, no one has had to do that yet, but who needs something from me, that money will be a gift. It's not like the mafia. There will be no payback. There will be no, if I need to, if, I can and I want to help some of my, someone in my family, then I will do so as a gift, but I'm not
No
mixing.
strings attached.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm not going to do that to them. I think it would cause me more terror and all of that.
Yeah.
And then, and I can't remember if this was written on the philosophy, but it's definitely in my philosophy now. If it's not bringing me joy, I'm not buying it. I'm not doing it. You know,
What does that mean to you? Like, break that down a little bit more.
I definitely, but I have ADHD. We are the worst people with money. I mean, I've done research on it now and stuff. And I was
Okay, wait, time out. You are not the worst person with money because you have ADHD. You are literally a rock star with your money and you have ADHD.
and before I
I
was,
want to insert something here too.
yeah.
So fun fact, because we didn't have this statistic when you were on the show last, but since then we've shared a statistic that the largest demographic of self-made millionaires. Do you know who they are? What job, what career path they're on?
Entrepreneurs, maybe?
It's teachers. Can you believe that? So you got to give yourself more credit. You've made a
I
tremendous
may have a new
shift.
plan.
You've been on this show twice. You're doing a follow-up now. You've made a tremendous amount of progress. Christine has shared some of that with us. I don't want to hear you say that you're bad with money anymore. I
No,
want to
you're
hear
right.
you talk about how great you are with money.
No, I'm very good with money now. Part of my, we'll say, old life was there was a lot of emotional shopping, a lot of shopping for other people. Like shopping and giving gifts was my love language for myself and for other people. And I would just buy random stuff, but it's on sale. How can you say no? Now, I don't even shop a lot. I love an antique store. I love an estate sale. I'm a sucker for those. But if I go in there and find something and it calls to me, I pick it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like, and I'll put it down and I'll walk away. And if I keep looking back at it, hoping nobody else picks it up, or if and depending on the price, I don't, but if it's truly bringing me joy, I will make that purchase. But I won't just make the purchase to make a purchase. It's gotta bring me joy. And I don't buy gifts the way I used to for other people. I really don't, even for my own kids. And I'm sure they're whining about that. But that doesn't have to be my love language. That doesn't need for me to buy someone, and that's a whole other therapy session with my therapist. But it's helped me. It's connected to everything. My money plans, my budgeting, everything, my priorities. It connects with every aspect of my life in a good way.
It's interesting how that works too, right?
Oh,
When
yes.
when it's not bringing you joy, when you're not managing your money proactively, when it's not intentional, it only induces anxiety or fear or stress and pick an adjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people think that when you get more, like there's more of that goes with it. How am I going to manage it? Or, the old adage of more money, more problems, or if I had more, then I could do this kind of thing. But I mean, you just said, and correct me if I got this wrong, but what I heard you say is I have more means now, but I have less wants.
Yes.
Yeah. The things that I used to go out and buy that I couldn't pay for, I no longer have a desire to go purchase.
Nope.
I don't feel the need to go out and do that anymore. So you're becoming more intentional, more responsible. And now you have more means to manage it with because you've paid down some debt. You're going to pay down more debt, and that's only going to put you in a better position.
No,
That's
absolutely.
amazing.
And if anything, with the means mixed with my priorities, I guess the things that, and I do want to do, and they're all experiences, they're all basically travel, they are a little bit more expensive. I am doing a cruise when I turn 50 years old. It'll be paid off. Like it'll be a good, but that was, one of my non-negotiables. I'm turning 50. I want to celebrate it, and that's what the program, like I told Christine, and she goes, all right, let's get on it. What do we got to do? It was no, well, no, you've got credit card debt still. We can't go anywhere. Which is very, a lot of people think it's an all or nothing and they can't do anything that makes them happy. And that's simply not true.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because you've shared, how much debt you've paid off, how you're living with your priorities, but how are you saving to be able to go see Pink and go on mini getaways and take this cruise when you turn 50? How are you able to pay your bills, pay off debt, and save too? Like, how does that work for you?
I work it into the budget. It's a non-negotiable. Like
There you go.
You're going to love me. I literally just planned a girls trip we're going in April. We're going to Cleveland to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And,
Nice.
It wasn't originally one of my plans. Like
No.
right now, Christina's going, that's
This is
new.
news.
This is new.
This is news. Yeah.
But I'm going to work it out where I can afford it. Like I've already worked on some things and, and I have to work harder at it. Like one of the other things I found out this week, and old Christine would have spazzed. I would have totally had a breakdown. I did my taxes. I have not turned them in yet, but I did go through just to see what I was going to get for a refund. And, it's $1,800 less than what I'm used to.
Yep.
And the old way, pre-finding the program, that my tax refund is how I paid for all my vacations. It's how I did everything. That was my woohoo. We got some money. We'll pay off a little
Annual
here.
bonus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have this program, I would be devastated right now because the plans I made with my kids wouldn't have been able to happen. The things that but I looked at it, and I'm not going to say I was overjoyed, but I also was like, it's all right because I got it. Everything is going to be okay.
So what I know to be true, and what I just kind of want to break down a little bit more, is instead of waiting for that tax refund or the end of year big paycheck that teachers often get, you're budgeting your money that you're earning now, so you're saving for the vacation, the home
Yes.
maintenance repair, the car repair. So when you are getting that tax refund money, like Donald said, it truly is a bonus because you haven't taken that dollar amount into the equation of planning for these other expenses. So then it really gets to be, in this case, it's less, but it gets to be, what am I going to do? How am I going to choose to allocate this money? You're not relying on it, which is a very different feeling for sure. And it's being proactive versus reactive with your money.
Yeah, like I've already, I know with my tax refund when I do get it, most of it is going to go to pay off the credit card debt because I want that. Like I do, and I do have a little section that will go to vacation, but most of it is going to go lay down for credit card debt. So, and that's
So follow the same process, right?
Exactly.
You're going to take that money, divvy it up just like if it was a paycheck.
Exactly.
It's going to go percentage wise. It's going to go into all the same categories.